Hey everybody, I'm Kim and I'm the third coach here. I started last year in September with a 21-day fix. I've also done the 21-day fix extreme, and I'm currently in my second month of Insanity Max 30. Today I'm here to talk a little bit about meal prep and meal planning. So the first thing you're going to need are your containers. The containers are very important. You're going to measure out all of your foods with these. You don't need to keep them in there, but it's important to measure them out. So again, vegetables are 1 cup. Your fruits are 1 cup. Your proteins are 3/4 of a cup. Your carbs are a 1/2 cup. Your healthy fats are only a 1/4 cup. And your seeds and dressings is just a little over 2 tablespoons. What I'm going to say is that what you should do today, Sunday, is prep up for the week as much as you can. So what I like to do is I take my vegetables and I prep them, cut them up, measure them out, and then stick them in the fridge in these little snack bags so that I can just grab and go. Same thing goes for the fruits. Measure them out, throw them in a bag, and I can just grab them when I want them. What I also do is the cottage cheese, ricotta, or yogurt, I will measure out earlier on Sunday in a couple containers, larger containers, pour it in, and then I can add my fruit, frozen or fresh, whichever I'd like, on top of it on that day or on that evening when it's scheduled in. As far as the yellows go, you're not going to want to try and squish a waffle or a slice of bread or things like that in there. If it says 1 slice is a serving or 1 is a serving, trust it as 1 is a serving and it counts as 1 yellow. To figure out how many of these containers you should be eating, check your guide. If you have any questions, let us know. You can track that either in the 21-Day Fix Tracker app, which I believe costs only a few dollars, pen and paper. There are other pie charts and things like that available on Pinterest. You can check that out, or you can ask one of your coaches which they use. So your book is your resource guide. Please do not stray from it. If it says it's not on the list, especially if this is your first round, don't eat it. Okay, go buy the book. When we're planning out our meals for the day, you have to figure out how many you're going to eat. We know there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but are you going to have snacks, and where's your Shakeology going to fit in? Because Shakeology, 5 a week, we have to log, picture 2, on this tracker app in order to count for the cut of the prize money. So now that you've figured out how many meals a day you're going to eat and where your shake is going to come in, what you're going to start with is your dinners. You're going to plan out your dinner first because it's usually your biggest meal of the day, and figure out how many containers it's going to cost you. And then you can work backwards from that. Figure out what your lunch is, your breakfast, what do you like to eat, what don't you like to eat, and then schedule them in. You're going to want to try to eat all of your containers. Really try to do that. It's really important, especially if we haven't been eating the right foods or the right amounts of food, to try and stick to the plan as best as you can for the best results. If this is your first round, I'm going to say stick to easy recipes. If you love to cook and you see something that's a 21-day fix recipe and you know you can do it, go ahead. But if this is your first round, try and stick to some simple things. It's just going to make it a lot easier, especially for that first week as you're getting through it. What I'm also going to say is that if you're prepping up for the week, just like you did your fruits and vegetables, if you know you like to eat hard-boiled eggs as a snack, or that's a protein that you may want to add into your salads or things like that, prep up the whole dozen. Don't just cook 2, because it's going to take more time in the long run when you decide, oh, I wanted some hard-boiled eggs on that salad. Chicken is another easy one, I'd say, that we can prep up on one day and use for multiple meals, either grilled chicken with sides on Monday night, and then you turn it into chicken salad and your dressing on another night, or you reserve some chicken and you make up the chicken salad for lunch on one day. So I basically want to say that if you're failing to plan, you're going to plan to fail. Sunday is what we use as our prep day. Try to get as much as you can today. We also, many of us have off Monday, so you can always use that day as well. Prep up as much as you can so that the start of this week, when you start going back to work or back to school or wherever you're going, you have those ready to grab and go. And this challenge and the health bet is really more about our nutrition. If you notice, we only have to log 3 exercises a week, and that's really because the CEO feels that if we change the way that we eat and we add in our super dense food of Shakeology at least 5 times a week, we're going to see results, and that any exercise that you do on top of it is just going to be icing on the cake. So it doesn't really matter how hard you work in the gym or on each day on your exercise program if you're not controlling what you put on your plate. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them below, and I look forward to a great month.